And I put together a slideshow for you. The only thing is, this is a new system for me, and I'm not quite sure how to upload it. Anyways, I do have some information for you that I'd like to cover. And let's see if I can share the screen, share a window or a screen. Okay, here we go. Oh, there we are. Can you see my screen? Application window. Okay. Hi, y'all. It's good to see you. Okay, you can see it now? Okay, good. I apologize. I'm a little slow on this. I thought I was a little more prepared. Anyways, here is the 7 secrets to high performance. And it's basically about defining and leading your life to help you achieve your best self. So I know a few of you, and I'd like to acknowledge that did we stop sharing? Okay. Oh, you know what? I apologize. I need to I think I need to record it, I believe. On record. No. Huh? Maybe it automatically records? Okay, well, hopefully it's recording. And so I put together this slide share so that you can help you realize and define and so that you can lead your life into your best self. And what are some of the okay, I guess I didn't do such a good job on my slides as I thought, because this looks totally different. But the special things that we like to cover are clarity, energy, necessity, courage, productivity, and you can't see it, but it's called influence. So these are things that we need to focus on to be able to become high performers. So it's possible that you're here because you're thinking, well, things are not quite working as well as it should. I'm working so hard. I'm passionate about what I do. I practice a lot. I do work on sticking to whatever it is that I'm working on. I'm focusing on my strengths. I work on being grateful, but for some reason, you're not achieving what it is that you want, that you desire, or maybe you're not as healthy as you'd like. Maybe your relationships are struggling and you'd like to improve it. So a part of being in high performance mode is you work at these different levels, the energy, the necessity, the courage, and so forth and so on, so that you can better achieve what it is that's not working well right now. So yeah, it's great advice. a lot of people out there talk about what I just covered, and working hard, especially. Many of us work hard, but do we actually get anywhere? Is it actually working? And many people, they do work on achieving success, but they're not quite getting it, and maybe they're not fulfilling what it is that they desire to do. So this is has to do a lot with what we're covering, and it's possible you might find yourself in this or in any of these situations. And so, are you wanting more? That is a question. I just want to double check and make sure that you can still see the screen, because I did kind of go back and forth and I'm not quite sure how all this works out. Fine? Okay, good. Okay. And this is a new platform for me, so I guess I should have practiced it a little bit, but it is working fine. And so my next time working on this platform will definitely be something that will be a lot easier. So you're probably wondering who I am and why am I doing this? Well, I had committed to start doing webinars about four months ago, but why? My goal is to be able to help people and overcome things that is not working for them, that help you. Actually, I'm talking to you right now, so I might as well say you, and help you to be able to level up in your life, your relationships, your work, your business, whatever it is that you need to level up on. And so when you're wondering about me, I know some of you have already heard my story, but about 9 years ago, something that was the worst thing in my life that happened, turned my life upside down, wind up being the best thing in my life. That sounds kind of weird, but it's true. And why is that? Well, 9 years ago, last December, my brother had killed himself. And that just destroyed me, especially since it happened in December, and getting ready for Christmas that year was extremely difficult because I did have young children that I wanted to give them a good holiday. And so I'm sure you can understand that, that would be a very difficult time. But here I am before you today, a totally different person than I was back then. And what happened was after I had got home after the funeral, I heard a voice inside my head to write a book. And I thought, oh my gosh, writing a book at this, during this time, it was very difficult for me. But I thought, okay, let me sit down and see what I can do. So I started writing. I couldn't find the right voice. I couldn't find the right message, the words. It just all kind of mumbled, jumbled inside me. And it was at that time that I realized that I needed to heal. Why? Well, as a child, I experienced trauma. My mother was mentally ill, and it was a very dangerous and difficult time for us. And I had never actually recovered from that. My advice to you now is when you experience trauma, any kind, deal with it sooner rather than later. It'll be a whole lot easier to be able to deal with, because back then I wasn't able to talk about it and share the experiences, because I couldn't talk about it without crying or without having nightmares for months, and that just wasn't good for me. And my brother's death forced me to deal with it. So I began down a road, a journey that took me from something that was really low to a high point in where I am now. And it wasn't just about my childhood. It wasn't just about my brother. And it had to do with me stepping up, becoming stronger, saying no more. I am worth more. And I just made changes after that. And it took me a long time, but I'm here before you to say that it works, that you can step up, you can release any energy that's no longer serving you and turn it into energy that works. It's funny because back then, I had a friend who I shared a little bit of the story, and she told me that, she was into a type of coaching, and she told me that I would make a perfect life coach. And I thought, no way, because the pain was just too fresh and too real. And I just couldn't even imagine that. But through meditation, through mirror work, and through just working on myself day in and day out, I was able to heal, and it helped paved the way for me to be here now and what I'm doing. And one of the most important things for me is to share the energy that I've transmuted into, and the joy in the heart. I really feel that this is really essential in order to be able to help you move forward. So what is one of the first secrets? Now, some of you might know what this is. It has to do with gaining clarity in your life. Being clear can be difficult sometimes, especially if you're trying to juggle a lot of things at one time. You can start narrowing down. You might want to take a pad and paper, and I can't find anything. Oh, yeah, take a pad just like this, and start to write down all the things that is important to you, what it is that you want to accomplish in life, and start to go from there, because you might want to, maybe a part of your gaining clarity is to be able to become physically fit, or even, or putting together a business, or to reach a higher echelon in your company. Whatever it is, write it down. You will benefit from it. So it's an important base for high performers, and high performers do have great clarity in what it is that they want to accomplish and where to go. And sometimes they don't always know how, but the how will come if you're clear on what it is that you want, because you want to put it out there. You have to start expressing yourself. Yes, I agree with you, Anne. It can take a long time on gaining clarity. That's for sure. I know it took me 9 years. Each time that I thought I was clear, I wound up not being clear. So it's really on how that works. And some people, they become clear right off the bat, but not everybody. So without it, you can just go with the flow. That's the way I was. I tended to go with the flow and react to whatever it is that life showed me and gave me, and so forth and so on, because I wasn't ready to take charge. You become more self-aware on living according to your truth. It helps you to become more focused and on task. Life just seems more brighter when you're clear on what it is that you want. And becoming clear, it's clear in your mind, but you also want to make it clear in your heart, because your heart puts out all that energy, and it's far more expressive than anything that can be in your mind. So keep that in mind when you're working on gaining clarity. So how to gain more clarity? I found meditation helps to clear the mind and to discover yourself. I like to keep a pad right next to me so that you can write down all the thoughts on what it is that you want. Anything that comes to your mind, write it down. Just make a jot it down and make a note. And as you're going, you start to circle things that kind of stand out, or you start to see a repetition in what it is that you're writing about. Is there a central core message that is coming to you? That can help give you clarity. And then you want to start narrowing it down to your core dreams and desires and beliefs, and see what it is that fits in what it is that you want to accomplish. Would you agree with that? And just like you said, Anne, it can take time, and it's something that you can't rush. You have to let go of frustrations. It will come, and you keep at it and ask, how can I achieve more clarity? Yes, I'm glad that you agree, Lucinda. And you just keep on, you keep at it, and you keep asking yourself, how can I do this? How can I achieve clarity? What is the most important thing to me? And eventually you do come up with the answer. So what's the next secret? Energy. Energy. High performers have great energy. Now, this can, energy can affect you physically. It can affect you mentally. It can affect your heart-wise, your emotions. It can affect your surroundings and other people. So you give out energy to all this, and energy comes to you. What if you put out a positive, high expectation energy, and what if you start receiving the same back to you? Wouldn't that be cool? I have found that this helps a lot, and raising your vibrations in all different ways makes a big difference. Can I show you an exercise that Brendan taught me? This is something that you don't really need a lot of space. And he jumps. I don't jump. My knees and my sense of balance is terrible. But if you stand up right now while you're watching this session, oh, there I am. And you just kind of bounce by bending your knee, just kind of moving a little bit. You can sway a little bit to the side if you'd like. And then you close your eyes. And if you have balance issues like me, put your fingers on a table or chair or the wall. And then you start breathing. And you breathe 10 deep breaths, 10. And then at the end of those 10 deep breaths, and you're still bouncing, and because you're moving your circulation around, oh my goodness, all the energy. And I would do this during the events that I went to. And going to events, you have a tendency to sit down a lot. And you get tired, you get stiff. And if you're doing this, like little bounces, and you're breathing nice and deep, it gives you energy because you're filling your body with nice oxygen. And if you want to be fun about it, after you've done 10 deep breaths, you can go, ready, ready, ready. I know I felt so silly when I was doing that, but it's fun. And it helps raise your energy, and it raises your emotions, it raises your attitude, and you even can start laughing. This is just like one of the exercises that we work on. Yes, it does. That's for sure. Raising the energy. And this is just one thing. There's you could let's see, I have so if you are rating yourself on energy, and on these 6 things, what would you say is your higher, the highest form of energy that you feel when you're doing it, when you're just thinking about your energy? And then what is the lowest? Think about that. If you want to share, feel free. Yes, Lucinda? Did you have an answer for me? Physical, mental, heart, emotional, surroundings, and other people. Physical first, okay? All right, that's good. For me, it's the heart. I don't know why, but if I feel the energy in my heart, it affects all the rest of me. And it's funny how it works out like that. But that's good. I'm glad that you're able to think about this. And when you're working on keeping that in the back of your head, how am I feeling right now? On a scale of 1 to 10, do I feel energized? Do I feel low energy? And where is that energy? So use different methods to find out what works best for you. Now, some of the different ways you get energized, besides nice deep breaths and a little bit of bouncing, I kind of like that. It's kind of fun. I even do it in my seat sometimes. Surround yourself with positivity, of course. Music, uplifting music can certainly do it. I was listening to Brendan and a gentleman named Dean. They have this company that they put together along with, I think, a few other partners. And they sent me an email, I think it was yesterday, and I was listening to the music on the page. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that song makes me feel like soaring. So I'm going down the hall and I'm laughing and I'm like, yes, I am energized. So different things on different days can help you feel energized. Breathing, different exercises, and other things, whatever it is that gets you feeling really good and energized. So I would definitely take these to heart and explore and find out what it is that really gets you excited and energized, and maybe be like the Ever Ready Bunny, I think, or Energizing Bunny. Another secret, confidence. So, how do you feel about confidence? Do you feel confident? I wonder. I know it took me a long time to become confident, and I just had a bunch of issues to sort through. But once you work on achieving confidence, it can make a huge difference. The process of confidence, you have to step out of your comfort zone. Oh, that's sweet. So you did find something that helped make you more confident. The dancing, that can certainly do it, especially if you really enjoy it, and the music that goes with the dancing. It can, and you're more fully able to express yourself. That's a nice thing to do, or to enjoy. There are some things that each of us are not very confident in because we haven't done it before. Neither. I was shy. I was very shy. Yes, me. I was shy. And it takes a level of work on yourself to become more confident. I know you, Anne. I think you're a lot more confident nowadays, and a lot of it comes with experience. You need to explore, make a change, take chances, identify what it is that makes you feel so self-conscious. Because each of us, we're all unique and different. And what makes us confident in one area may not necessarily make us confident in another. So explore and figure out, what can you do to become more confident? It can make a big difference for you. You don't want to worry about what other people think. I actually did an ebook on this, and I've had several people comment that it was very beneficial for them and helped them at just the right time in their lives. So definitely want to listen to your inner voice. What rings true for you, what makes you feel light and bright as you're listening to your inner voice. If that inner voice is kind of putting you down or something, tell that inner voice to get a grip and that you are ready. You're ready to break free, break the chains that are holding you back, and to tell you what it is that you truly want. So don't let fear of success or the unknown stop you. I have many a time in the past allowed those two things. Well, I don't know about fear of success, but a lot of people have fear of success because they're like, they don't know what to do. Fear of the unknown, definitely has stopped me, has made me procrastinate. How about you? Procrastination. Pursue your dreams. Make yourself happy. Share your joy. It'll make a world of difference in your life as you work on becoming a higher performer. So what if old events are stopping you? Well, for one thing, you have to release them so you can move forward, right? Getting through fears will help remove those old events. You have to work on raising the energy that is attached to those old events into something more useful. It's your biggest asset. Did you know that? Old events that are basically lessons that you've learned in life. And how amazing is it to be able to apply those lessons and use it for your current life, to be able to use it for helping other people, for stepping up, and feeling proud of yourself that you made it through whatever old event, whatever happened, to be able to overcome it, to let it go, to turn it into something that's so useful. You would truly be amazed at how that feels. Try it. You very well might like it. So another secret, productivity. Who likes to procrastinate? High performers are very productive in their life. They know how to have people help them accomplish things that will let them get ahead. They will have successes that they might not have if they weren't organized. And teamwork. What about productivity and teamwork? There's a lot that you can do with productivity, and it's a matter of finding what works for you, what can you delegate, and how can you organize yourself better so that you stop procrastinating, so that you get things done, so that you realize what's productive in income producing activities and what is a waste of time. So can getting more organized help you become more productive? What do you need to become more productive? We dive into this a fair amount in high performance coaching. How can you develop a routine to help you with organization and productivity? Hi, Carolyn. It's good to see you. How can you develop a routine to help you with organization and productivity? Morning routines. That is a great way to get started. Yes, divine order brings forward movement, for sure. Thank you for sharing that, Lucinda. What kind of morning routine can you use to be able to help you get more done? You know what I did when my kids were little, because they were hyperactive, they were high energy, and I had certain things that had to be done with them, getting ready for school, or if they were on summer vacation and so forth and so on, then I had to make sure that I had a little bit of me time. So what did I do? At that time, my primary focus was to stay healthy because I had to keep some high energy to be able to keep up with those guys. So I would get up about an hour and a half before they normally got up. And my ex at the time, we were still married. He was still asleep at home. So I knew that the kids were safe. So I'd get up an hour and a half early. I'd go to the gym. I'd work out for about 45 minutes. And then I'd come home and I have a quiet breakfast, just simple breakfast. It felt so great to start the day that way. And it helped me for the rest of the day. Now, your morning routine, I cover in my blog, but your morning routine can cover exercise. It can cover, say, journaling and writing down notes of things that, you want to do, messages in your head, so forth and so on, gratitude, having a quiet breakfast, working on your relationship with your spouse before you get the day started, whatever it is. And think about it. What kind of morning routine sounds really good to you? How can you accomplish that? Because it will get you started off on the right foot in the morning, and then you'll be better set for the rest of the day. And then maybe you will have an evening routine, whatever it is. Just figure it out, think about it, experiment. Say, okay, I want this as my morning routine. Try it out for, 10 days, 20 days. See how it feels. Does it feel good? Or do you need to tweak it after the 20 days? Keep on working at it until you find just the right routine. And then check in with yourself every so often after that so that you can see, does this routine still work for me? So just a thought. Yes, foundation is the key to success in everything. So, and also, save yourself some time on this because I should know, and I'm sure a lot of you know as well. Let go of perfectionism. Perfectionism can have you spinning your wheels. Perfectionism can cause you to procrastinate and not get things done. So how are you going to get organized like that? So just a thought. Give us some thoughts. See how you feel about it. And what can you be more productive in? So you can use tools. You can use strategies. You can minimize distractions and busy work. Oh, talk about busy work. Most people tend to have a lot of busy work. Is that going to get you to where you want to be? Is that going to help you become a high performer? I don't think so. High performers are very organized. They know what it is they want to accomplish, and they are zoned in and focused. And sometimes they're more focused on their business than they are in their relationships. So, of course, you have to work on achieving a balance. Because what good is becoming extremely successful in your business if you don't have a good relationship, or if you don't have health? So high performance training, coaching helps you work on each of these so that you can enjoy your life more fully and live in a much better way, or in a way that is better suited to who you are. So another secret that we're covering today has to do with influence. Do you feel like you're influential in life, whether it be with people, family, social media, video, whatever it is? Do you feel that you are influential in your life? I know for a fact that there's at least one person, if not many, that you are influential with. Is it exactly what it is? Is it everything that you want to be influential with? Maybe, maybe not. High performers they know what is influencing, how they can help people, how they can give a message to someone and to be able to guide them in the right direction. They can influence their company, their stock. They can influence the social media. So these are things that you want to think about so that you can become more influential, so that you can achieve what it is that you want out of life. Whether you're looking for more money, whether you're looking for better relationships. You can even influence others by getting healthier and sharing what's working for you in that area. There are a lot of different ways in order to be able to influence people. So learning to be more influenced, yes, very true. And I think a lot of people, they don't take into account their ability to influence their children and their spouses. And then there's their neighbors, their people that they work with. Assess your strengths. Figure out, write down like 5, maybe 10 strengths that you have. And how can you use those strengths in order to be able to affect other aspects of your life? How amazing would that be to be able to expand on that? Definitely work on becoming a role model, whether it is for your family, extended family, work, or social media, or just in general. Work on becoming a role model. Develop your best self and share your assets. Did you know that your talents, your strengths are assets? And how can those assets be expanded to where you're making a difference in the world? I know some of you have the desire to influence people by writing a book, by sharing videos, by writing on blogs, by talking to people, going to meetings. There's so many ways that you can become influential. But if you don't do anything, you're not going to make it. You have to put yourself out there in order to become more influential. Focus, 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 focus. Okay? Learn from other influential leaders you want to emulate. Now, if you're writing, you want to emulate a famous writer. I know that Brendon Burchard has his high performance habits, and he's written quite a few books. Definitely high energy, high performance type of person. And I am becoming a high performance person myself. And it takes work. If you get lazy, it's a little harder to get back into high performance. So you want to be consistent. But reading influential leaders in what it is that you want to focus on, reading their books, watching their videos, listening to the podcasts, going to live events to see how your person that you look up to performs in real life. But most importantly, you have to believe in your message and be sincere. Okay? Believe in your message and be sincere. Without that, you will not be able to expand your influence as far as you'd like. So what would it take for you to be able to believe in that message and to be able to share it and help other people? It looks like it's raining outside. Sorry, I got distracted by the umbrella. So a big question you want to ask yourself is, what do I want in life? Kind of ties back to the clarity, getting clear on your message, getting clear on what it is that you want to accomplish, and getting clear on taking steps to be able to get it done, to be consistent. Because if you're not consistent, it's not going to happen. You can't just do a little bit of this here, a little bit there, a little bit, out there. You have to be consistent in whatever it is that you've decided to commit yourself to. And that is a very high performance habit. So when you're asking yourself what you want in life, are you wanting more, but you're not quite sure what that is? Do you have a little voice inside that is wanting to come out? It could be wanting to come out and play, or it could be telling you, you need to deal with this. Okay, I'm dealing with it. Do you know what you want? Maybe you know what you want, but you don't know how to do it. This is all a part of high performers. When they know what they want, but don't know how to do it, they ask for help. How many of you ask for help when you need it? Do you ask for it often? Whenever it pops up, so that you can find out, maybe, yes, oh, good, I'm glad you do. That's a very important thing, because when you're asking for help, then you help get yourself further down the road and help yourself to be able to accomplish what it is that you have set your mind to. And high performers do ask. They may not necessarily be given it on a silver platter, but you will be guided into things to consider to be able to take care of it. And of course, YouTube and various blog posts, and there's all kinds of information on the internet that you can look up and find out how to do something. So definitely ask for help. So do you want to make a difference in your life, for your family, in the world? This is an important high performer trait. Actually, all of them are high performer traits. Yes. I'm curious. Does anyone know exactly what kind of difference you want to make in your life, for your family or your world? I'd be very curious to see if you have anything that you'd like to contribute to on that subject. Because if you do, then it'll be easier for you to start taking more steps towards what it is that you want. So everyone has a story that you can tell other people that will make a difference in their lives. If you don't tell your story, how are you going to be able to help other people? How are you going to be able to impact someone who might strongly need to hear your story? Yeah. Role model for your children and leaving a legacy for your future family. That is, oh, I got goosebumps. That is a very worthy cause for making a difference. And I know that you'll get there, Carolyn. Oh, I just kind of got excited. Leave a legacy for your grandchildren. Yes. Great job, Carolyn. Ann, I'm very proud of you. And I really feel like you're going to accomplish it. We just have to work on building your habits into more high performance so that you can achieve it. You want to believe it and achieve it. And the wonderful thing is, each of you, all of you who happen to listen to this today or at a later time, you are like no other, which is perfect. You are perfect for you. And know that, believe it, and you have permission to step up and become a high performer, develop the habits, and to make a difference. So I just felt the need to share that. So you might be wondering if now is the time to become a high performer. There's no better time, especially if you're tired of where you are in life right now. Are you ready to move towards your goals faster than coasting at a leisurely pace? Sometimes it's so easy to fall back and become leisurely in what it is that you want to do, to be able to put things off and procrastinate. But is that serving you? Are you serving your family and others? Big question. Only you can know that. But I do know that there's no better time, especially if you're tired of where you are right now in life. So, what is high performance coaching versus regular coaching? From what I've discovered, most coaching programs have no curriculum, whereas CHP coaching, that's certified high performance coaching, uses proven results-oriented, research-based curriculum, making more value built into the system. So it can make a big difference because, well, let's continue. So most coaching programs offer unclear outcomes, because a lot of it is, well, what you do this week, what you do last week, why not? Are you going to be able to do it this week? Do you still want to do it? Whereas CHP coaching is zoned in and focused on high performance. Because if you're developing high performance, you get more done. You're more productive. You're more clear on what it is that you want. You know how to create energy on demand and other things. So what is high performance coaching versus regular coaching? Again, high performance is challenge based. It helps you master your goals better. Very clear questions. We have a questionnaire. We have worksheets, to be able to help you give more reflection. And it's funny because it doesn't really take a whole lot of time on one sense, unless you are ready and willing to dive deep and go deeper into your questions. So how long is the curriculum? High performance is 12 weeks long, or you can do it like every other week, or, depending on what the circumstances are. You meet once a week for an hour. So that's pretty manageable. 1 hour a week. It's not like it takes up a lot of time. So, and what else can you expect? You will explore all the ways you can reach heightened and sustained levels of performance and potential. You will receive worksheets in between, like after the 1 hour session, you will receive it's usually one page. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 pages of worksheets that you can use to help you reaffirm the concepts that we cover during the session, and then help you start putting to use what you learn immediately. And you'll discover more about yourself than you might realize. Believe it or not. I know when I went through, I'm going through a group mastermind, and we switch it up, and we do coaching to each other just for practice, for some experience, and to help get some insight into our own selves and possibilities that we can take advantage of to be able to continue to move forward. And through the process, starting with our original questionnaire, you discover a lot about yourself. And then you'll start to realize, oh, I'm not so good in this area. I feel a little weak in that area. I feel really good about that one. And just kind of ask yourself certain questions so that you have somewhere to go to be able to start to formulate a plan for yourself. So it's your time. Step up and own your dream. So some possible results, depending on your goals and working on specific challenges that are different for each individual, because of course, I like to say this, I got this from my eighth grade teacher, maybe it was ninth grade, my geometry teacher. And she said, she used to be a nun, and she used to always say, you are unique and special, each and every one of you. And it rings in my head all the time. And gosh, that was like over 45 years ago or something. I still remember it. So she was influential in that way. Just think, things that you did to help people 20, 30, 40 years ago, or 5, they remember. It sticks. So embrace your influentialness. I think I created a new word. Embrace your influentialness so that you can make an impact on someone because they remember. You might experience, well, naturally you'll take your career to a higher level if that's what you're looking for. You might experience better relationships, health, confidence, productivity. The big question is, are you ready for change? Only you can answer that. So I have a questionnaire that you can go through and answer. It will help you discover more about you and where you are right now in your life. The questionnaire is actually a part of a one-on-one coaching application, but I decided to also include it with the group coaching because it helps you and me to be able to understand where you're coming from at that particular point in time. You might feel like this questionnaire in 6 months' time and realize that your answers have changed. And usually it's for the better. So it gives you an idea of the type of questions and the material that's covered during the 12 weeks. We can make then we make an appointment to get to know each other a little bit and see if we're a good fit for each other and whether one-on-one program is for you or if you would be better fit with group coaching. So if you're serious about leveling up your life as a high performer, be sure to fill out the questionnaire with the link provided. But first, I don't know about you, but I love bonuses. And I have a few for you. So for group coaching, one of the bonuses is Brenda Burchard's latest hardcover book. Hopefully you can see that. Can you see the book? Ooh, High Performance Habits. It's pretty thick. Yeah, it's a really great book. And so you would get that mailed to you, sent in the mail. It's a physical book. And then the first 3 months of my membership that will be starting on April 4th will be included free. And then one additional free ebook that I have put together, Don't Worry About What Other People Think, which is it's great for those who worry about what other people think. And I've been told that it's very helpful for people who are in need of that. So I definitely would like to share that with you. And then one-on-one coaching, I have included in the group coaching, the first 5 members will also receive free access to Brendan's next live High Performance Academy event in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's taking place September 20th to the 23rd. In 2018. Now, there is a $97 material fee, but other than that, you just have to be able to fly yourself out there or drive and have a place to stay. And this is a $997 value. That's the real value that he attaches to it. And then contemplating putting together another bonus for you, but I haven't decided on it yet. Anybody have suggestions? Not yet. Send me a message if you do. So that sounds great, right? You get coaching for 12 weeks, whether it be in a group or individual. But what's the fee? So remember, you need to go through the questionnaire first. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. So you have to go through the questionnaire first because it's hard to tell until you start going through the questions and then scheduling a free strategy session. That's worth $500 so that you can get a feel on what to expect when going through these sessions that will help you become more of a high performer. Make JF. I'm not sure what JF means. And then it will depend on whether you want group or one-on-one coaching, depending on the fit. So group coaching is normally $2,500, But special pricing right now for the for this webinar is $14.97. Make it a surprise. Okay, I will make it a surprise. And then one-on-one coaching is normally $6,000. Actually, Brendan Burchard charges, this is the same exact training that he gives his coaching clients. You want to take a guess how much he charges? My eyes almost popped out of my head. Any guesses there? No guesses? Okay, don't play with me. That's okay. Anyways, he charges, more than that, Anne. Definitely more than that. You might want to add an extra zero. $250,000 for 12 weeks of one-on-one coaching. Now, he's been doing it a number of years. Yes, ouch. That's crazy. But he's worth it. He's an amazing, amazing speaker. He commands like $75,000 for his speaking engagements. But for one-on-one coaching, he can only spread himself so thin. And I think he said he just raised it to $250,000. And people that pay it tend to be more like CEOs and, high echelon income producers. So for them, it's worth it. And he can break it down for them, just like we break it down in the same exact training at the regular $6,000 price. But special pricing for this webinar is $4,200. So that's a pretty huge discount. It's like 30%. So that's pretty amazing. So I'm going to close this. Oops, don't want to do that. I'm going to close this, go backstage, because I do have the link for the webinar. I checked it. And, oops, no, that's not it. Oh, shoot. Okay, I think I'm going to just, stop sharing. And I am looking for my resources so that, okay, I don't know where it is. Presenting. Let me go ahead and post the link in the chat box so that you can go through the webinar, go through the questionnaire and see how you feel about it so that you can learn a little bit more about yourself. And if you want your free strategy session, I don't think I added my email. So let me put that in the chat box because I forgot to add it. Admin at. There you go. And I will send you an email so that you, in case you forget to save it, then you'll have access to the questionnaire. And then I will also include my email address so that you'll have it. Are there any questions that you'd like to ask? Okay, well, I am so glad that I did this. Guess what? This is my very first webinar. I've never done one before. I've experienced many a webinar, but I didn't know how to do it, and I decided I was committed because that is a part of high performance, stepping outside of your comfort zone. So I really hope that you appreciated it, and feel free to email me questions. And oh, thank you, Carolyn. Feel free to send me an email, ask me questions about it, and be sure to send in the questionnaire so that we can cover our free strategy session, because I really think it's helpful. Oh, I'm glad you found it valuable, Anne. I appreciate that. Thank you much. And I'm going to go ahead and stop the webinar. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.